running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She says she ain't trying to deal with me.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans.
Vecchio set to kick off.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Derrick Henry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Derrick Henry. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That's good.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
At the 25-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Jalen Hurts hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
Makes the score.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he rifles one incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brought down.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
First down.
Here we go. I got you. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go. 54 Mike.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He completes this one to Mack. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it. It's Mack. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Hines, his first carry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
He's brought down.
3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
First down, Indianapolis.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Marlon Mack. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
The ball carrier.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Colts.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
On the keeper. A gain of 6 yards.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And this is caught at the 8. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And it's up and good.
That ties the game at 7. Giorgio Tavecchio set to kick
Each
off.
team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And now he'll tuck it and run. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
After the penalty, it's Henry. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Henry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Under 10, 10. Check safety.
They'll run with Henry. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. This is Henry. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So that'll back him up 5. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. This from 36 yards out. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, a piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 16.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mack. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
16 yards.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They'll run with Mack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You said you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Colts 14, Titans 10.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Titans take over 1st and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And it's complete. Henry gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Tennessee. And even 40 yards.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's the backup Tannehill. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. DeForest Buckner. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
A 36-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he's got his man Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10. At their own 16-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Taken down.
That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First down.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Here we go. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
To Trey Burton.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And a Colts first down.
Here we go.
Now it's Hines. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
The ball carrier.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. This has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps a deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I
would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards.
At the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Jalen Hurts with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Titans have once again taken the lead.
The kick is good.
And he's got it up and through.
It's the score. Titans 20, Colts 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Gain of 10. 1st down, Indianapolis.
Now Mack. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Well, this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here's Jackson. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Check 53, Mike. Check 53, Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Throwing is Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here we go. 58 for Mike. 58. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58 right there. Yeah. 58.
Hurts. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They go right back to Mack. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. With it is Jackson. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Titan football.
1st and 10. At their own 17-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st down, Mack. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
The Colts first down.
Here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. This is Hines. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 3-yard line. First and goal, Indianapolis.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the fourth.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Darrington Evans on the return. The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on fourth down. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The 33-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
65.
On first down, Mack. Down the the numbers. There he goes. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
From the 6. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's almost human nature, isn't it? They score on one play, you come out on offense, you try and do exactly the same thing. They tried the deep ball, couldn't quite connect, but give them an A for effort.
And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 10, and that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final
Charles,
score.
in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme. I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for the Colts, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.